Okay, morning. Yeah, morning still from Japan. If you hear noise outside because there's literally a huge typhoon, I got woken up this morning by a small earthquake. Typhoons and earthquake. Japan is throw in some dinosaurs, and this is Jurassic Park over here. What a trippy place, man. Um, Short version, I'm gonna put a green check mark next to the TFZ Secret Garden. Comparing it with the DM6, which is really a very neutral detail beast, wasn't really fair. It is now being compared with fellow dynamic drivers, and this is a much more reasonable comparison. And I'm going to pick it over the others. I'll do reviews for all of them, but people win and they lose. Items win and lose. This is just my opinion. Somebody just sent a mail. To be totally honest with you guys, I just got a mail about the BGVP, and they said that it was too bassy. My set was not bassy, in my opinion. And listening to it compared to the Hi-Fi Boy, that's bassy. I didn't think that, but he thinks it is, and it could be unit-to-unit discrepancy. Quality control is still an issue in the hobby, especially particularly in China, with all of this stuff that's coming out that is of such high quality. I don't know that the hand matching of drivers and all of that stuff is really at the level where everybody's going to start to feel comfortable with investing lots of money. It's getting there, and there are gems out there, but there's still variables. That happen with every company in Germany and in America as well, but that's something to consider. The unit that you get, if it's got any issues, send it back, and hopefully you'll get it what you thought you were going to get in the second try. And take comfort in the thought that there's people that spend $2,000 for custom sets, and they do the same stuff. It happens. People don't hand match drivers, or just human error. These things are usually put together by people, not robots, so you're going to have to deal with that. It doesn't matter the price range. And also, these are my opinions. So, moving back to this. And by the way, this $1,900 source, I'm going to send a video to, videos are awesome. I'm going to send a video to Astel and Kern because my screen is dying. When I turn it on, I get a bright orange line that appears in the beginning, and then a little weird thing up at the top, and then it starts to boot up. And the cat is going underneath the tripod. That's nice. First track that I listened to is the track that I'm actually on right now, and I was just judging, the overall thing. I've got a guitar that's very clear. I've got Ronnie Van Zant on vocals. This is Leonard Skinner, pronounced Leonard Skinner album. Self-titled album, I guess you could say, kind of. Or not. I think it is. Everything sounded really good. The cat wants to keep going under the tripod, so sorry about that shaking. I thought that it sounded best on the TFZ. I thought that the presentation on the Shozy Special Edition and on the A-New, yeah, you're going to wait, buddy, A-New U-1, these were much more balanced in their presentation. The mids in this on this track sounded a little muffled, I guess is the term. In over-ears we'd say veiled, which would mean that there's some kind of issue going on between the bass and the treble. Something in the mids sounds not great. This is in comparison to these two. Not in itself it sounds good, but comparing directly to the others, it sounds like in this track that there's a less detail. Minute little things, sonic events that are going on in the song don't seem to be happening with the Shozy that are occurring with these two. And the difference between the Shozy and the A-New is that this has more of a V, but that means that the bass is kicking harder and that the upper notes of the guitar are coming in really clear. This will be a more bounce. The one thing to note about the A-New is it's difficult to get a fit in my left ear for a reason I can't quite put my finger on. I don't know. I tried so many different tips, and it was an issue. that I don't have with these other two. Now, everybody's not a winner, like I said, so the TFC LTD are not in this because they're just too V-shaped. The mids are not present in every song to a very notable degree, so it wouldn't be. At another date, I'll put these in. These are not gone, but... Oh, and we switched into Can't Find My Way Home. This is, I said before, a super group. I think it's Ginger Baker. God, who's the dude on the piano? Later became famous in the 80s, but Steve Winwood. I think it's Steve Winwood, Ginger Baker. And it was a supergroup at the time. Eric Clapton, that's right. They did only one album, and it was a supergroup. This is a very, this album, that fucking cat. This album, yeah, I doing the video. You wait. This was touted as a great supergroup at the time. Ginger Baker, Eric Clapton, Steve Winwood, another member perhaps, and they ended up only doing one album, but this song itself is really, really a classic. It's got acoustic guitar. It's got Steve Winwood, I believe, is the singer. It's not Clapton. It's Winwood. Sounded good on all of these sets because there's not particular emphasis in bass and treble. It's really, I guess it would be kind of mid-center because a lot of the guitar exists in there, but nothing of the three seemed to like stand out. If I listened to this in a headphone shop, I don't know that one of these would be clearly stepping up over the other. That takes change later. Might as well go into this. This is Lock and Load by Bone Crusher. This is the remix version featuring Little Flip and Bun B maybe. This is really, really heavy on the bass, and it's got a massive sub bass to 55 hertz rumble. You can check this on YouTube, and it'll shake your speakers. Wow, boom, the bass potential. So I had not noted the bass on the TFC Tequila, what? It's Freudian slip, I might be getting those. The Secret Garden, the previous two songs I didn't notice it that much. On this is clearly on another level than is this and is this. This, in fact, seems to not want to go with the bass. I did a video when I did the unbox with the Hibby, and I said I input EQ boost. That is a lot of noise, but it's a Typhoon, and this is what it is. And if I wait to not do videos when there's no typhoons, in this season I won't do videos. There's typhoons all the time. This has a tough time pushing up the bass, and I can't quite see why. I mentioned it in the original one. It doesn't react to this in the way that this and this does. So bass is stable, but it always is, and at times when it maybe should be a little more bassy. These absolutely stomped on these two when it came to bass. Just not even close. Not even close. Very close to bass head level. Seriously. If I had an amp and EQ and tweak for a little while, I could probably get these to really hammer. They hammer on this track. Bass is all the Secret Garden. No, that's the wrong way. Billie Jean. Dun 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 hun 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 hun. Tons of little micro details going on. Because a lot of those micro details are kind of in the early to upper treble, this is picking up good because it's got a V shape with not such a recessed V like these. So this is an example of overdone V. So I'll put them in there just as a bad example. Like don't do like that kid. He's a bad guy. Beautiful too. It's a shame. These don't have the V that these have, but they do have the treble enhancement and the bass enhancement, and they sound fantastic on this set. On this set, they sound good. I thought that these excelled more on something like Simple Man, where you've got more of a balanced, lower... It sounds like it's just a quieter song. Simple Man. It's take your time, don't live too fast. Troubles will come and they will pass. It's a very mellow. It's like MTV Unplugged 35 to 40 years before that ever happened, was the Simple Man track. And these, with a lower production and mastering, with everything kind of balanced, seem to do well. When it comes to elevated bass and treble in a song, these start to fall behind. As do these for the same reason. They're essentially both a little more balanced, which makes them sound fine on a song like Simple Man, which this also sounded fine, but when you elevate that up into something that's mastered with a production of high bass and high treble, these are clearly not on the same level as the TFZ Secret Garden. So this, like the bass track, went to the TFZ Secret Garden, in my opinion. If I tested these in a headphone shop with this track, I would buy these, no question. Absolutely none at all. No more, no more. You guys are getting maybe tired to see this, but it's my ears are getting super tuned to the piano in the middle that is layered behind. Listen to this track. There is a bunch of stuff going on, and mastered, what seems to be 3 layers back, is piano. It's really hard to catch on these. It is less apparent on these, and probably these would be the same. Because of the elevated bass and treble, it creates an overwhelming of the mids. Even in that scenario, these are still about the same level as the A-Nu U1s. So in that one track where the Secret Garden should have the possibility of being overtaken because of its mid-scoop, it still holds its own, and it has a funner sound because what's in the bass and what's in the treble is playing louder and clearer. And I guess these seem easier to drive than the other ones that are in this video frame right now. So I got so much stuff coming in. I've got over-ears coming in. I'm going to be expanding. If you're in Patreon, you're about to do really well. I'm doing well because of you, but in appreciation to you guys, you're going to do well too. Yeah, it's good scenarios and situations are one where all people involved feel the pluses and minuses are balancing properly on the scale. The person that's getting the money, like me, the guy, of course it feels like the scale balance as well. You guys are investing. It's a harder, I look at the way some people manage this and I think they're doing it wrong, and I'll predict now they're going to change. They have to. They can't compete with me. You can't have a rack of headphones on a wall and keep pointing at them and then not give one away once in a while to somebody that puts money into you so that you can do what you do. And if you think you know who I'm talking about 2 people actually. And that's the way that they do business. I think it's a little smarter to invest in the Patreons because you're actually investing in yourself. So it's going to be a Merry Christmas, man. TFZ Secret Garden, you guys were right. They get the rec. They're going to get the green check mark. Does this get it? And does this get it? I don't know. I don't know if the Shoshi's going to make it because the screen came off of one of these already. There's no screen in that one. There's a screen in this one. That just happened by changing tips because I had to try to find tips that would fit. These are all plastic, rubber, silicone tips, so no one says, hey man, one of those is foam, and that's a legit variable. These are all vinyl silicone tips. This has got a controller in the cable. I got another Shosi coming in. I'm sorry, it's in. The Shosi CP. That'll be unboxed later today. They make good stuff, and I thought this was better than this, and I did a video because it is. But this is like the bad guy. Don't do. Look, it's such a pretty cable, such a beautiful design, and the mids are too much. These are not too much scooped. But quality control on this. A polite delivery and a lack of control, my control, of the bass through DSP, which is the EQ. An EQ is a digital sound processor. You guys know that, right? So people sometimes say, I don't like DSPs. Well, EQ is DSP. That's the digital processing of the signal. Doesn't react very much to it. I'll get into this, and I will spend more time with this, of course, and it will get its own video, as will this. But like I said within the first minute, so if you guys are like, this is 15 fucking minutes. I said in like minute 1, didn't I, that I wrecked these and gets the check mark. If you stuck around for 15 minutes to listen to my ramble, that's fucking on you. I am not your fucking mother. I think the cable on this could be better. This is borderline what the fuck. It's not bad, but you send this cable. You send this cable with the King LTD. Wow, I just flung that. That could have cracked the screen. You send this X-rated pornographic cable with mid scooped, and then you send the flagship with this one. Do cables matter? Everything matters, man. The termination seems superior. The cable is, I will eat you for fucking lunch. This thing is so much better. In the hand, and does it sound better? No, it's nice to feel premium. And somebody said TFC is the new flagship. Well, put a damn flagship cable on it. That's not what this is. Lucky, I am reviewing sound and not cables, because this mid-scoop borderline freak show would win because it's got the fucking best cable. TFZ Secret Garden, very, very, very good set. I like it a lot. Now, let me see if I can get this to do that weird screen thing. Let me turn you off. You guys know what happens when a... Now you're not turning off. Yeah, I want to turn off. Maybe this won't work. It does it when it's cold and I boot it back up, and it's very, very odd. You know what a screen looks like when you turn it on. There shouldn't be any artifacts anywhere doing anything. Is this gonna... Yeah, and of course it doesn't do a fucking thing. Once it warms up, I guess. Yeah, $1,900 needs to warm itself up. Get the fuck out of my video. TFZ Secret Garden gets the green check. I think these are very, very good. I think these are fun as hell, and if I listened to these in a store, I'd probably very quickly pick these over the other two that are in this video. And I'm done. We're done. For now. Or I could just keep going. No, you want me to sing a song? No, you don't. I'll sing a song. God, when I drink beer... Okay, I'm out of here.